So you click this video because you want more, you want to see more, and you dreamed of this moment forever. But now you're faced with a decision. Am I really going to leave this small town? Or am I really going to leave my hometown? What's good, my family? This is Martez, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into the GoldNest YouTube channel, where we help young, development-seeking entrepreneurs take themselves and their business to the next level. And in this video, it's about moving out of the hometown. And that's actually something that I did over 4 years ago, and I just haven't looked back. So this video, we're going to be presenting, I think it's like 4 reasons why you should leave your hometown. And also I'm going to be giving my personal story and my advice, and just some things that you shouldn't do when leaving your hometown. But let's get into the video. Being able to up and leave, going from where, I'll just say most of my family lives in the same city, which is LaGrange, Georgia. And it was always something that I dreamed about. Like, I always wanted to leave my hometown. Like, it was never a moment where I didn't want to leave. I remember being with my cousin T, just sitting in his truck at his house, and we're just sitting there dreaming like, wow, one day we gonna get out of here. Because where we're from, they call it Trap County. And you just find yourself in a trap. You find yourself stuck there. I'm gonna get this job and I'm working for a couple of years, then I'm gonna leave. And you find yourself at that job 20 years. Or I'm just gonna kick it here for a little while, I'm just gonna come back for a while. Then you find yourself in a situation where you get someone pregnant and you're stuck in the trap. It's just always things like that that can keep you back in LaGrange. And I just knew since I was young, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out. And it took a lot, honestly. This is something that I would not recommend anyone doing, but I moved to Orlando without a place to live. I actually just had a little bit of money in my pocket. This was December 19th of 2016. But I did have a job, and I didn't have a place to stay. So with the little money that I had, I got a hotel for a little while, and I was just working 2 weeks. And then once I didn't have enough money to pay for the hotel and food, what I decided to do was I just gotta go to a homeless shelter. I just had to do whatever. I had to do what it took to just get over that hump of Trap County, because it was so much stuff pulling me back. People telling me that I was stupid for doing what I was doing, but it was so much stuff just pulling me back, telling me, no, you got to come back. This is what you're doing is crazy. But I just had to go that far just to prove to myself that I can get out of Trap County. But the problem is, most of us, we just dream of doing it. Like, so many people want to move out of their hometown, but they just find themselves stuck, or they find themselves there. And I think Trap County is more mental than it actually is physical, because there is nothing keeping you physically there. It's a mental thing. And so that's the problem. Most of us, we dream about it. Like, we always wanted to do it. We always wanted to do it, but we never just pull the trigger. Or we get right on the edge and we sit there and we think, oh, if I go, this can happen. If I go, this can happen. We think about all the what ifs. And I consistently tell myself that there's what ifs on both sides. So there's what ifs on the negative side, and there's what ifs on the positive side. I was watching a video just the other day. It was Jim Rome, and what he was saying in the video is that when it comes to big things, like, I'm gonna use in this video as an example, moving out of a town, we put so many negative what ifs on it. Like, what if this happened, or what if, I don't know. I don't even know what it is that people think about, or the what ifs. But when we think about going to the grocery store, which is just down the road, we overcomplicate it. I mean, we don't overcomplicate going to the grocery store, but we overcomplicate moving out of our hometown. And there's two sides to both coins. So there's negative sides of going to the grocery store. There's negative sides of moving out of your hometown. And there's also positive sides of both. So let me just go ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the 4 reasons why you should leave your hometown. While we at it, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Reason number 1 is, like I said before, you can. It is possible. It's happened. I am a living testimony. Like, it is possible. You can do it. But this is how life works. It goes up and it goes down. Like, once you understand that and you get past the fear part of things, it's possible. You understand that everything is possible. You just have to go through the curve. And why the curve dips is because we obviously die. But most of us wants to keep life just as straight and narrow as possible. But it's more than possible. We can move. In the words of the great Jim Rome, we are not a tree. If you don't like where you're staying, move. It's just that simple, and it's also possible. Reason number 2, some of us really need change. We need a different scenery. We need different locations. Some of us were just born into a situation where it was not that favorable to us, or like the people that you're around, they're not really helping to build you up. So some of us need a change of location. The negative situations that we were born into, we don't have to die in. Come on, we don't have to die in these situations. Like I said before, you're not a tree, move. One thing that we must keep in mind is that we didn't choose where we were born, but we can choose where we're headed to. It's a change in mood or a change in vibration. I don't know if most of you, but you should be studying the law of attraction, or even go watch some of Bob Proctor's videos on vibration. Just moving to a place that you choose. Like me, I loved Florida. So actually taking that leap of faith and moving to Florida was amazing, and it did wonders for me, because just making the move, I automatically felt better. Like, and that's something that you can't pay for. Like, just simply making the move, it made me feel amazing. So just that change in mood or that change in vibration. Like, if you find yourself around a lot of negative people right now, or a lot of people who are not on that entrepreneur path, if you move to another situation, you can choose who you hang with, or you can choose who you be around. Like some of us are just born into friendships, or born into families that don't think the way that we think. But just making that move, you can choose your friend, you can choose the people that you are around. For some of us, and me included, it's hard to cut off the people that you love, but it's so much easier cutting off people that you really don't know. So if you move to a different location, then you can narrow that pool and put yourself in a better vibration. Reason number 4, the reason why you should leave your hometown, is it forces you to grow. Me, moving to Florida, I had no family members, I had no friends in Orlando, I had no place to stay, but I did have a job, and that instantly brought me from being a boy into a man. So living in a homeless shelter as well, but that's something that I would not recommend to everybody. Like, I was 18 at the time, and I really don't know how I did it, but I would not recommend that to anyone. But reason 4 is because it forces you to grow. When you live in your hometown, and me in my situation, I have all my family members and things, but if I don't have a ride to work, if I personally don't have a ride to work when I'm in my hometown, I can call and ask anyone to take me to work. But when you're out of your hometown, you come into a situation, either you have money to pay for bus fare, or take a cab or Uber or Lyft, or you put it in your mind, I have to get a car. And boom, just like that, you start to attract what you're looking for. And very soon you will find yourself with a car, because you had it on your mind, I gotta get a car. But in your hometown, because you have that support cast or that support system or people who you can lean on, you'll never be forced to grow, because you'll always have a plan B or someone else that you can lean on. And in regards to friends as well, in my hometown, or most of us in our hometown, we have a whole lot of friends, and some of them are not on the level that we want to be on, but we've known them for so long and we've grown so much mentally that it's somewhat hard to cut those people off, because then you get put in that situation, oh man, you done grew up, you done outgrew us, or you acting all different and stuff. But once you leave your hometown, those ties aren't the same, because you're not around them as much, and then they'll call you, but you can regulate that time. But in a new place, you can choose your new friends. You can pick people who align with your mindset. You can pick people who will elevate you. It's just amazing being able to restructure in a new place without having to destroy in your old place. And also, it'll grow your sense of gratitude. Like, you will really appreciate the place that you come from and the people that you're around. And it's kind of ironic, but because you're away from them. But you will appreciate things a lot more when you're away from them than when you are around them a lot. I think it's a law. I heard it from Tony Robbins, but I think it's the law of familiarity. The law of familiarity. When you're around something so much, you tend to take it for granted. But when you take breaks away from it, you start to appreciate it a lot more. Those are the quick 4 reasons why I think you should leave your hometown. Number 1 would have to be because you can. Number 2, some of us just need a change in location. Number 3, which is priceless, is a change in vibe or a change in mood. And number 4 would honestly have to be the best, because it forces you to grow. So imagine if you don't take action. Imagine you really want to make this move. You really want to move to New York. You really want to move to California. Or like me, you really want to move to Florida. Or some people may want to move to the desert. Whatever it is, imagine if you don't take action. Imagine if you, like I said, I'm just going to work this job for a few years and then I'm going to make that move. Imagine if it doesn't happen. If we don't make a commitment to something, we'll never make a commitment to anything. So just imagine the hurt. Imagine the regret you will feel once you're laying on your deathbed. Man, life would be so much better if I would have made that move. Imagine if I didn't make that move and I had to just stay in my hometown, like mentally. And I know there's people out there who think the way I think, but mentally that would drain me. Like, I plan on having homes in different locations of the world just because I want to keep being refreshed. Like I said, the law of familiarity. I don't want to stay in one place too long. I don't want to take things for granted. Jim Rome always said, discipline weighs ounces, but regret weighs tons. So just imagine laying on a deathbed and never, ever making a decision to make that move. So what do I want out of this? Most importantly, smash that like button. But really, back to the content. What I really want out of this is I don't want anyone to regret. So what I'm saying is make decisions. Don't make excuses. Really. Because like I said in a Facebook post recently, life, there's no stagnant. Like, you can't just stay the same. Either you're growing or you're dying. We get older every day. And we can't afford excuses. We can't afford regret. If you feel something in your heart and you really want to go after it, whether that's moving to your hometown or moving out of your hometown, moving to anything, starting a business, starting a YouTube channel. Like, if you feel that's something that you want, just know regret weighs tons. Well, that wraps up today's content. We drop videos once every week, so if you really like content like this, please consider subscribing. Like right now, hit the subscribe button right now and turn the notification bell on. And also, I know I said this a couple times throughout the video, but smash that like button for me. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. This is Martez, and I do want to go to the question of the day, so drop your comment down below. If you guys are considering moving, where are you guys considering to move? Drop it down in the comments down below. And I love Florida, so I moved to Florida, and I'm actually planning on in the future we're gonna move further down south. But I love you guys so much, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into the GoldNest YouTube channel. This is Martez signing out.